What is poppin'? What is poppin'? What is poppin'? What's poppin', guys? Your girl C Diddy here, and I am back with another video. And in this video, guys, it is a super special video for all my new mommies and all my mommies who are breastfeeding. We're gonna talk about breastfeeding today because it is not as bad as people make it seem, guys. Not at all. But before we get into this video, make sure you guys smash that like button, make sure you guys comment down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's hop right into the video. So, with breastfeeding, mommies, it is not that bad, okay? It is not that bad. And in this video, we are going to talk about the beginning stages of breastfeeding, and I am also going to give you guys tips on ways that you can decrease the pain if you are in pain, and just give you guys little tips about breastfeeding. So I am going to let you guys know straight up in the beginning, the first few days, if you are a new mommy, fresh mommy breastfeeding, it is going to hurt. Straight up. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. It is going to hurt. I mean, for me, it did hurt. I guess it depends on if you can tolerate the pain, but it definitely hurt for the first week. But after the first week, it was perfectly fine. I am going to tell you guys to make sure you guys, key things to make sure you're listening clear. Y'all listening? Sure you're listening. Get you some nipple cream. Try to get one that is safe for you to use on your nipples, that your child can also, put in their mouth, basically. Like, it's fine to go in their mouth, because not all of them are okay for you to be like, okay, I'm going to put it on, and after a while, I'm going to breastfeed my baby. Not all of them are good. And I am going to tell you, make sure you read the ingredients, because some of them can give your child allergic reaction. I'll probably put in the description the one that I use, because I like it so much, and to me it just helps out, and I use it all the time. All the time. I used it in the beginning when I first started breastfeeding, and I'm still using it now. So I would definitely put that in the description for you guys. But definitely key thing. What did I tell you guys? Get you some nipple cream. It will save your life. But like I was saying, yes, in the beginning, it's going to hurt, okay? And in the beginning, you are going to notice with your breast that on your nipple that the skin is peeling off. Do not worry about it. Okay, it's natural, it's supposed to happen, so don't panic, okay? Because I know when I first started, I definitely was panicking, and I definitely called my midwife, like, is this supposed to be happening? It hurts so bad. I don't think I'm doing it right, and just going crazy. And honestly, in the beginning, I wasn't breastfeeding right, okay? So you have to be sure that your baby is latched on properly. Because if your baby is not latched on properly, it will constantly hurt. Like, yes, in the beginning it does hurt. Don't get me wrong, it does hurt. But if your child does not latch properly, it's going to hurt regardless of how long you've been doing it. So I would say make sure your baby is latched on properly. And the proper way for a child to be latched on is to be sure before they try to latch, their mouth opens wide. Okay, they should have more so of the bottom of your areola in their mouth than the top part of your areola. Okay, that is the way that I feed, and it works for me. But you always want to make sure that their mouth is open wide, like they're taking a big yawn. Okay, so you want that. And you will know if you're doing it wrong is if you feel like your child is pinching your nipple. Okay, like if you feel like it's being pinched, or if you feel like it's being pinched. And also, if you take your child off and it looks like a tube of lipstick, that is how you know that your child was not latched on properly, and more than likely they did not get the amount of milk that they should have gotten, or if they even got any at all. Okay, so that is 2 things you'll know that you are doing it improperly. Okay, so just remember, yawning mouth, bottom of areola. Okay, so as big as their mouth can go, that's how it should be. I don't know if too many people are going to tell you this, but be mindful of what you eat. Like for me, garlic is a no-no. Onions is a no-no. Like a lot of dairy is a no-no. Okay, that will cause your child to have bowel movements that are like very runny or constant because it's going to mess up their stomach. You know, not everything that you want to eat, you can eat now. Just because you're not pregnant anymore, don't think like, okay, all my pregnancy cravings are gone. I'm gonna go back to eating the normal food that I was eating before. Like, you can, but you can't. And that's all I just say is be mindful of what you eat because you have to remember it does go back into your child. Okay, so what you're eating is basically what he's eating, what he's gonna get through the milk. Also, remember that breastfeeding is great. It gives your child all the nutrients that, you know, he or she will need. Like your body will produce what your child needs. And the benefits of breastfeeding is, okay, like I said, your child's going to get the nutrients that you need because your body is going to produce it. Also with breast milk, like say your child has a rash, you can definitely put it all over their face. Like if they have a rash on their face, you can put it on their face. And it'll clear it up with no problem. Breast milk is like everything. Okay? Everything. And tips that I'm going to give you to continue on with breastfeeding is make sure you are sitting in an upright position, okay? Try not to be laying down because I noticed when I was laying down, I felt like he wasn't getting like the milk that he should be getting and it was uncomfortable for him. So there are about 3 positions that I do. Okay, the regular one where you just, let me move this camera down a little bit. Let's see, let me move it back a little bit. Alright, so the position that I do, okay, is grabbing the neck, grabbing the boob. What you want to remember is when you grab your boob, okay, and you're trying to put it in your child's mouth, do not cover your areola with your fingers or your nails or anything like that. You want to be mindful that that's where your child's mouth has to go. So this is one position. I hold his neck here and I guide his head more so, not my boob, but I guide his head to me, okay? Another one is the football position that you can have. You grab the child's head and you place him here and it's like that, okay? That is a great position. For a lot of people I have heard it's comfortable and it's better for them because it's comfortable. Another position is you can just upright them, okay? Like, just lay him down on your chest and put your boob in his mouth. Or let him come to your boob. Whatever you decide to do, whatever works for you and your child. That is how I do it. And always remember also with breastfeeding, try not to overuse one boob. Okay, make sure you're switching sides during the feeding. Okay, infants can breastfeed up to 30 minutes. Okay, so be patient. Like I know as a mom, you're like, okay, he needs a feeding or she needs a feeding and I need to get it done, but I also have things to do. I'm sorry, you have a kid now, you're gonna have to put it on pause. And also, make sure you are pumping, okay? Make sure you are pumping. When your child is asleep, pump. And if you are one of those people who feel like you are having trouble producing milk, because I did feel like that, and sometimes I do feel like that, if you go to Target, or you can order them online also, there are supplements that you can take, also eat, that help you produce milk. I know Target has these little cookies. I haven't tried them yet, but I'm going to because I've been feeling like my milk has decreased. But there are supplements that you can definitely take. So if you're worried about that, don't worry because there are things that you can take to help. And I will say, if you are going to be out long periods of time, please and your child's at home with someone else, please make sure that you leave enough milk. Even though you're going to be gone for a couple hours, I would say leave enough milk for like 2 days, because you never know what's going to happen while you are gone. That child might be overly hungry because they're crying. They don't have the breast to latch on. They're not used to drinking out of a bottle or whatever the situation is. So that's all I say is make sure you leave some milk. And also start storing it. Like if you're pumping, store all of that milk, okay? Milk in the freezer can last up to a year. I know it sounds crazy, and I know a lot of people like, a year? Like, really? A year? Yes, it can last up to a year. Make sure you're storing milk. Make sure you're pumping when he's sleeping. Make sure you're storing milk. And if you go out, make sure you leave enough milk for your child that you can say, okay, maybe 2 days worth. Even though it's not going to be 2 days, but 2 days worth is just what I do, because I just feel like you never know what's going to happen. Another tip that I have is if your boobs start feeling like rocks, that means you either need to pump or feed. Because when I first started breastfeeding, or this whole process, I did not understand why my boobs were hurting so much. I didn't understand why they were so hard. It's because it's full of milk and it needs to come out. So start breastfeeding or start pumping and you'll be fine. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna do anything. Like, once you get to the point where he's latching well or she's latching well, it's not gonna hurt anymore. So just feed as much as possible. Your child needs to be fed every 2 hours. Well, I feed my child every 2 hours because he is an infant, but that's gradually going to change, but every 2 hours. What else can I tell you guys? Because breastfeeding, it's not as bad as what people make it seem. It's very healthy. Another thing that I am going to tell you guys is if you're out and about and your child is not with you, and he's crying or anything like that or upset, you're going to feel it in your boobs. I'm going to let you know that now. Like, it sounds crazy. Like, trust me, I know it sounds crazy. But when I am out and about and I don't have my son with me and he is crying or anything is going on, my boobs will start to hurt. Like, I can feel it in my nipple. Like, I'll be fine. I'll just be like, oh, let me call. Let me check on it because I know something isn't right. So just be mindful that, everybody takes on breastfeeding in a different way. And there's proper ways to do it and then there's improper ways to do it. So just make sure you do your research, and if you need help or if you feel like you can't do it, it's all in the mind. You can do it. And I'm telling you that. If I can do it and I have gotten to the point where I'm not really good with pain, I can't really tolerate too much pain, you'll be fine. It's a process, it's a learning process. And being a beginner mom, everything is a learning process. So just be patient with yourself and just know that you can do it. And just know it's not as bad as people make it seem. People always make it seem like things are worse than what they are. But it's not. Yes, like I said in the beginning, it hurts, but it's doable. Like, you can do it. After a while, it's definitely going to fly by and you're not even going to realize, like, half the time he's on your boob or she's on your boob. You just gonna latch him, feed him, and that's that. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to tell a friend that your girl C Diddy is on the scene.